holidays, I am glad you're here tonight. I hope that you want to do something very special for someone in your life this holiday season. Now, it could be for Thanksgiving, it could be for Christmas, it could be just because they are special in your life. It could maybe be you need to connect with someone in your kid's school, maybe a school teacher or a bus driver, or maybe a coworker, or whatever. Aren't there people that we just want to give a little something to, with like a little note to say, hey, thanks for being who you are. Thanks for what you did. I appreciate you. Something like that. I could probably just, my list could go on and on, but I can't afford to give everybody a wonderful, lush gift. But I can tell you this. Stay tuned, stick around, because tonight we're going to be making 2 DIY inexpensive gifts that you can use not only now for this holiday season, but any time of the year. So I'm going to do the simplest one first. Now, if you go back in my playlist, and I'll link it in the description below, I showed you how to dehydrate oranges. So you would take a regular orange and you can slice it up. If you have one of those slicers, that's fine. But you would dehydrate an orange. All right, you can see that there. Or you can smell it. It has the seeds and everything. Now you can take the seeds out. You can do it however you want. As you can see, I have a whole bag of oranges here. I actually taught both of these DIY gift ideas to a group of young girls that are in a mentoring group that I started a few years ago. And I was trying to teach them you can do things on a budget. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can do things very simple, but they can be fantastic. So here's what we're gonna do. All right, I'll take the first one. I'll do the first one, it'll be the simple one. Now, if you go to the Dollar Tree, probably Dollar General or a place like Party City, or I don't know about Staples, but a place where they sell party supplies, I know they sell these, but go to Dollar Tree, it's only $1. And you get 20 bags. So you get these little clear, and see these clear, you can see me through it, clear plastic bags, okay? And they come with these silver twist ties. And there's 20 in here. They're called Loot, L-O-O-T bags, like for, you know, a birthday party. But let me tell you, this would give you 20 gifts right here, okay? Here we go. You ready? Like, this is going to be like rocket science here. So you will dehydrate your oranges. Now, if you have a dehydrator, fantastic. Go ahead and dehydrate them. If you're into dehydrating, dehydrate them. But if you don't have a dehydrator, you have 2 other choices that I know of. One would be slice them up. Today we had 75-degree weather here in New Jersey, which is like kind of weird for November, but anyway, you could put them in the sun, on a windowsill, something like that. If you really want to just do it quickly, put them in your oven. Put them on a cookie sheet, put them on some parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, I would recommend maybe you like lightly spray it so that the juice and the oranges don't stick to your cookie sheet. But all you have to do is slice them up, put them on your cookie sheet, turn it to the lowest setting that you can get in your oven. If possible, like stick like a spoon or something just to pop the door to ventilate it a little bit, and let that cook for a couple of hours on the lowest setting. Not even cook, dehydrate on the lowest setting, and you'll have nice dried fruit oranges. And you can do the same. I have some apple slices here. There you go. This one kind of curled up a little bit, but they get like leathery, almost feels and looks like a piece of leather. So, and I also did some cranberries here. I don't know how well you're going to see this. They're very sticky, but there's my cranberries. All right. These are cranberries, ocean spray cranberries that you get in a bag. It's funny, once you dehydrate them, they're almost like air. Like there's no, you don't even realize how much water is in a cranberry until you dehydrate them. And then you're like, I wish I could let you feel it. It's like cotton candy, like that kind of a light feeling. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Oh, another thing, Dollar Tree again, strikes again. So I just picked this one up, apple cranberry tea. Delicious, really, really good. But in the past, I have picked up several. So I have a blueberry honey. I have a chamomile. I have a fruit wild berry tea. I have a blueberry tea. Oh, what else do we have? I have a peppermint tea. And I have a peach tea. All right, aren't these pretty? So the cool thing is, if you go to Dollar Tree, you get 20 bags in here. Think of that, 20 bags and 20 loot bags. You've got your gifts. You see this happening. So you buy your tea. You can buy one flavor. You can buy as many as you want, but they come pre-packaged. So look at this. They're sealed. It's not like you open Tetley tea or something like that, and now they're all loose tea bags. And so you're going to take maybe 2 different flavors. I'll take maybe an apple and I'll take a peach. Actually, maybe I'll even do 3. Oh, here's a vanilla chai. I also got that at the Dollar Tree. Let's take the 3 flavored teas. And here's what you're going to do. It's real simple. You're going to take an orange slice like this. You're going to put that in your bag, and you're going to put your teas in the bag. And you're going to pull it up just a little bit like this. All right, there you go, your orange and your tea. And in your little bag of loot bags, as they call it, you get these little twisty ties. I find this works better if I use a twisty tie on it. And I'm sure you know how to do a twisty tie. If you don't, I'm sure somebody has a YouTube video on it. But there you go. So you have an orange slice and you have 3 different tea bags. Now I have a bounty of ribbon here. So I have this one. It's called Adornments. It's fun fiber for fabulous effects. Came in this box. All right, you can get these at like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, AC Moore, any other craft stores. So I have that. I also have this that I paid 25 cents for at a thrift shop, and it's just gold ribbon. I also then have this very thin twine, almost like a baker's twine, and it's red and white stripes. You can't even see that, but maybe you could see it on there. And you can get 3 or 4 of these in a roll, different colors, at the Dollar Tree. Then I have this beautiful check plaid ribbon. And then I have this green ribbon. Now, you could just take a single ribbon like this. You could even take the ribbon that you curl with a pair of scissors. You can buy that at the Dollar Tree. You could take some jute rope or some twine. You can use anything you want to tie this up. But here's where I think it goes from just using this ribbon to something better. So, follow me here. We're going to take that ribbon. We're going to take that red and white baker's twine, very thin. We're going to take a piece of the green ribbon. All right. Then I'm going to take a piece of, here it is. I pre-cut some of this ahead of time. The gold ribbon. Then I'm going to take off of this one that's called Adornments. I'm going to take one, and it's like a cream color chenille maybe. And then I have one that looks like, see if you can see that. Where can I hold it? Can you see it against my hand there? It's kind of like a feathery look to it. So take all of this. All right, got this. Now, let's tie this package up. I wish I had Christmas music right now playing for you in the background, since we're getting ready for the holidays. So what I like to do is, let me get my strings all organized here. I just like to tie that up like that, give it a good tight pull, and then I'm going to trim this down. See how pretty this is? Let me trim this down. Get a handy dandy scissors here. These are also kitchen scissors that you can get at the Dollar Tree. Fantastic, cut through everything. All right, there you go. Look how gorgeous that looks. With all the fun ribbons on it, it just takes it to the next level. Now, if you wanted to trim the bag down, you could also trim the bag. I like to just leave it big. And then the next thing I have is I just designed something for myself. And I designed it on Word. I am not a techie tech. I wish I was. We're going to punch a hole in the corner of this. And on here, it's just a simple card. But it says, enjoy some tea. Add the orange slice at the bottom of your teacup. Then add your tea bag to your cup. Pour your hot water over it and enjoy a delicious taste of tea with a hint of orange. And remember that God loves you. And that's a card that I designed. So what they do is you tell them, they take this slice of orange, they could put it in the bottom of their teacup, they could put it in the bottom of a mug, put your tea bag on top, pour some hot water over it. The juices will kind of rehydrate in that slice of orange, adding a hint of orange flavored to any one of these tea bags that you apply. Now that slice of orange can be used for a second and a third cup of tea. What a great idea. One orange can give you about 6 to 8 slices. One orange is less than $1. You've got 20 packets of tea bags in here for $1. You've got these bags, you've got 20 of these for $1. Use scrap ribbon, use scrap string, use scrap whatever you have. Is that not an awesome gift to give someone? And then you would just, whoop, I got a cranberry sticking to me. Let's just tie this right on here so you see the full effect. Now I taught the girls how to do this, and these girls were so excited. They couldn't wait to give it to their mom or to a school teacher or somebody. There you go. Just take one of those ribbons, you tie that right on there. So they have the little card. You can put a little sentiment on the back. Dear Mom, I love you. Thanks, Mrs. Smith, for being a great teacher this year. You know, the teachers have been through a lot this year with the virtual education and everything else. Why not trying to remember each and every teacher? Well, you can't afford to do that, can you? But when you do something simple like this, great idea. Orange slice, tea bags, clear bag, lots of ribbon, and a card. So there's gift number 1, DIY, inexpensive, budget-friendly gift. So we're going to put this aside. The next thing is we're going to make potpourri that you can use in your crock pot or on your stovetop. There's nothing better than walking into a house that smells like a home. Oh, you know, you go to your grandma's house or someone has a candle on like I have on here, and you smell cinnamon and you smell those smells, and it just makes the home feel warm and inviting. You know what? How about yourself? You go to work in the morning, it's cold, it's rainy, it's dark, you know, and you just don't feel like going to work. Get out your crock pot. Put this recipe in the crock pot before you leave your home. Turn it on low. Put enough water in there. When you come home from work after a hard day and you're tired and your bones are aching, and you walk in your house and you smell cinnamon and cloves and apples and oranges, and you're going, is that cranberry I smell? All of a sudden, the home that you left in the morning is now welcoming you back after a hard day at work. Why not just treat yourself special? If not, treat somebody else special. So here's what we're going to do. Now, again, I dehydrated my own cranberries. I bought the cranberries and I dehydrated them. Yes, in a dehydrator, yes, in the sun, and yes, in the oven. I will tell you, they're like a 24-hour dehydration. They take a long time. They got a lot of water in them. You can buy dehydrated cranberries very inexpensively, like craisins, something like that. You can use those just as well. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Now, this one's simple. We're going to grab a couple of orange slices. Now, let me tell you here. So the oranges that I put into my tea, the orange slice, I get good oranges. I wash them up really good. They're fresh, firm oranges because we're going to be ingesting them. But if you're really on a budget and you really want to cut back and you're going to make homemade potpourri, you're not eating this. So go to the section in your grocery store where they have all this stuff that's marked down. You know, the bananas are turning brown and the apples have bruises and all that kind of stuff. Get that stuff. The oranges are old. If you're not ingesting it and you don't want to feel funny about it's kind of funny, as long as it's not moldy, you're fine. And those are the ones that you want to dehydrate for your homemade potpourri. It would be a lot less expensive that way. So you want to take maybe 3 or 4 slices of oranges. I'll throw those in the bag. Then we're going to take a handful of the cranberries. Whoop. It would be good to get them in the bag. Sorry about that, guys. I couldn't even see what I was doing. That's too funny. You can tell this is real life. This is not a craft show. This is crafts with Lynn Wilson in her dining room. Okay, they're sticking to my fingers. So I have cranberries in here. Now I have some of the dried apples that I have. I'm going to throw those in here. Actually, I have a couple extra orange slices here. I'm going to throw those in. Get my tea out of the way. Okay, what's next? So, cinnamon sticks. Now, the price isn't on here. I picked these up at a store called Christmas Tree Shop. And they were $1. And there were 12 cinnamon sticks in this. These are, you can use this for cooking. This is, you know, in the spice department. It smells so good. Oh, so good. So, I recommend you put in 1 cinnamon stick because they hold a lot of smell, flavor, spice, kick, and all that. You can do 2, but I would just put in 1. As well as if you buy them on Amazon, they're quite expensive. So I was going to do that, and then I found them at the Christmas Tree Shop. Now, somebody told me that Dollar Tree this year is selling cinnamon sticks in a bag. I did not see them today when I was at the Dollar Tree. But if you find them at Dollar Tree, scoop those babies up. You can also freeze your cinnamon sticks in the original packaging, and then you can have them for next year if you want to buy them up and all that. Okay, the other thing we're going to put in here are cloves. Now, I purchased this on Amazon. It comes in a sealable bag, but I put it in another Ziploc bag. Oh, my word, they're so good. Now, these are, if you remember, I was saying you get an orange, and you just stick the cloves in the orange, and then the orange will shrivel up, and you hang them up, and you can put them on your Christmas tree. I'm pointing as if you could see a tree in my house. We put a tree over here, so just go along with me. But you stick the cloves in the orange, and you can look that up on Pinterest. That's another craft that you can do. But I did purchase a lot, and again, I will be freezing these if I don't use them all this year, but I wanted to try doing some of those orange clove things. I'm making some ornaments as gifts this year. So you're going to take a handful of cloves. They're very strong. Now, if you don't actually want to use cloves or go to the expense of buying cloves, if you have essential oil, clove essential oil, it is very powerful. You could put 1 or 2 drops of clove oil right on one of your orange slices and just let that sort of dry the day before you put it in the bag. It'll have the same effect, but I actually like the cloves in there. I think it just adds to the fun of the look. The other thing I have is rosemary. Now, best if you can use fresh rosemary. I had a huge amount of rosemary, and it dried out, like basically dehydrated on its own. And I can still use that because it will rehydrate on the stovetop or in the crock pot. But if you can put a slice of fresh rosemary in with your bag when you do it, it'll just make everything else fragrant. Depending on how long before you give this to someone, it might dry out on you. So I think we've got everything. We have apples, we have oranges, we have cranberries, we have rosemary, we have cinnamon, we have cloves. I will leave in the description below exactly what was in each of these bags. I will also, at the very end of this, do a screenshot and a close-up of the bag so that you can see it. We're going to do the same thing, guys. We're going to get a twisty, and we're going to tie this up. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab some of the gold ribbon. I'm going to grab a piece of the green. I can get the end of this. I'm going to do a piece of the plaid, and I think this time I'm going with this ribbon here. Cut that down. I just think it's fun to do layers like this. I think it just adds to the look. It makes it fun. I don't know. I like doing things different. Why do it like everybody else? This one I think I'm going to actually double tie because it has the loose ingredients in it. All right, and there we go. It just looks fun. Now you can do a bow. You could tie a bow on it. You could do whatever you want. These are your gifts that you're making. And again, I have Happy Christmas Stovetop Potpourri, or in the slow cooker. And the directions are this. Pour it into a saucepan or pour it into your slow cooker. Add 4 to 6 cups of water. Leave it on simmer on your stovetop or put it on the low setting on your crock pot. And the ingredients are listed on here for you. Cranberries and orange and cloves and cinnamon and rosemary and apples. And the same thing with that. I did it on both sides. Punch a hole in it. Find one of your strings. There you go. You've got your ribbon right on there. Homemade potpourri for the crock pot or the stovetop. Listen, if you make this for yourself, treat yourself special. Make your home smell like a home. There you go. You've got your orange tea with your tea bags, your slice of orange with your little note card there. Again, you can write a sentiment. What I plan to do is both of these will be one gift for someone. Brown lunch bags, those brown sacks, you can get, I don't know, 50 of them at the Dollar Tree. Put those in there. You could always add a Christmas ornament on the outside of it. What my sister did for the fall, she cut out fall leaves and pumpkins and she put them, folded it over and taped it to the front. I probably will be doing something with Christmas tree or snowflake or something like that. Putting these in a brown bag to look very rustic. And I might even just, I think, punch a hole in the top and tie it up with some jute rope and then have a little ornament or a tree or something hanging. You could even do a sprig of rosemary if you wanted to have it hanging from the outside of the bag to decorate it. What do you think? DIY, budget friendly. Some of it's from Dollar Tree, some of it could be from your garden. How great is this? Very simple, very easy to do. Doesn't take a lot of craft skill. Please give it a try. I hope you enjoyed this. And this is an open collaboration. If any other YouTubers are out there and you have some great ideas that are budget friendly for DIY gift ideas for this holiday season, if you leave a comment below, I will be glad to link your DIY project on my playlist. I want to thank you for coming by. I want to wish you the happiest of holidays this year. Leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you next Saturday night with another budget-friendly DIY gift for the holiday season.